Little storyteller.
Inspector Gumdrop, a big red gummy bear with a magnifying glass almost as big as his head, puffed out his chest. His office, a cozy jar filled with colorful candy furniture, felt very serious today. Prompt: a wide shot of Inspector Gumdrop's office inside a large glass jar. The jar sits on a giant wooden desk. Inside, a red gummy bear with a large magnifying glass stands near a candy cane desk. Other gummy bear detectives in various colors sit on gumdrop chairs, looking concerned. Light streams in, making the candy furniture sparkle. "The recipe for the ultimate gummy bear is gone," he announced to his team. There was Barnaby, a soft yellow gummy bunny with long floppy ears, and Penelope, a bright green gummy worm with a cheerful smile. Prompt: a close-up on Barnaby, a yellow gummy bunny. His ears droop slightly, and he looks thoughtful. Penelope, a green gummy worm, peeks from behind him, her smile a little wider to show support. The background is slightly blurred, showing the colorful candy office. "Oh dear," Barnaby whispered, his fluffy bunny tail twitching. Penelope wiggled with concern. Inspector Gumdrop held up a single crumbly cookie. "Our first clue. A very smart cookie might be involved." Prompt: Inspector Gumdrop holds up a small light brown, crumbly cookie with his gummy paw. Barnaby leans in to look at it with wide eyes. Penelope stretches her body to get a better view, her green skin shimmering slightly. The candy cane desk is visible in the background. Their investigation led them to the candy factory, a wonderland of swirling chocolate rivers and lollipop trees. They saw Miss Sprinkles, a rainbow-colored gummy bear who ran a rival detective agency, looking a bit too cheerful. Prompt: a view inside a whimsical candy factory. A flowing river of melted chocolate winds through the scene. Colorful lollipop trees stand tall. Miss Sprinkles, a rainbow-striped gummy bear with a bright smile, stands near a giant gumdrop machine, polishing her own small magnifying glass. Inspector Gumdrop, Barnaby, and Penelope are peeking from behind a large swirl of cotton candy, looking curious. "Good day, Inspector," chirped Miss Sprinkles. "Lovely weather for solving sweet mysteries. Wouldn't you agree?" Inspector Gumdrop narrowed his gummy eyes. Prompt: a closer shot of Miss Sprinkles, the rainbow gummy bear detective. She has a friendly but slightly mischievous smile. Her rainbow stripes are bright and cheerful. She holds a small shiny magnifying glass. The blurred background shows the candy factory. Next they visited Professor Gendersnap's cookie workshop. The workshop smelled wonderfully of warm spices. Professor Gendersnap, a gingerbread man with icing spectacles, looked flustered. Prompt: inside a cozy cookie workshop. Shelves are filled with different kinds of cookies. Professor Gendersnap, a gingerbread man with white icing spectacles and a worried expression, stands near a table covered in flour and baking tools. Inspector Gumdrop, Barnaby, and Penelope stand in front of him. "Oh, the mess!" Professor Gendersnap exclaimed, pointing to a tipped-over jar of rainbow sprinkles. "I was trying to invent a new super sprinkly cookie, and it made such a kerfuffle." Barnaby noticed tiny rainbow sprinkles stuck to the crumbly cookie Inspector Gumdrop was holding. Prompt: a close-up on the crumbly cookie in Inspector Gumdrop's paw. Tiny rainbow sprinkles are clearly visible on its surface. Barnaby the bunny points a soft paw at the sprinkles, looking thoughtful. Penelope the worm looks closely at the cookie with interest. "Professor," said Inspector Gumdrop kindly, "did you happen to see the ultimate gummy bear recipe?" Professor Gendersnap shook his head sadly. "No, but I did borrow some extra sugary powder from the factory earlier." Prompt: Professor Gendersnap, the gingerbread man, looks apologetic. Inspector Gumdrop listens attentively, with Barnaby and Penelope looking on. The background shows the cookie workshop, with jars of ingredients. Back at the candy factory, Inspector Gumdrop noticed something odd. A trail of tiny cookie crumbs led from Professor Gendersnap's borrowed sugar all the way to Miss Sprinkles' office. Prompt: a slightly low-angle shot showing a trail of very small light brown cookie crumbs on a colorful candy floor. The trail leads towards a door, with a sign that says, Miss Sprinkles Detective Agency, in bright, bubbly letters. Inspector Gumdrop, Barnaby, and Penelope follow the trail with curious expressions. They found Miss Sprinkles, looking guilty with the ultimate gummy bear recipe in her paw. "Oh dear," she said. "I just wanted to see how you made your gummies so bouncy. Mine are never quite as springy." Prompt. Inside Miss Sprinkles' colorful office. She is a rainbow gummy bear and looks slightly embarrassed, holding a rolled-up scroll that says Ultimate Gummy Bear Recipe on it. Inspector Gumdrop, Barnaby, and Penelope look at her with surprise. The office is filled with detective gadgets and candy clues. Inspector Gumdrop smiled. "Miss Sprinkles, you could have just asked. Sharing ideas is a great way for everyone to make even better treats." Miss Sprinkles looked relieved. "You're right, Inspector. I was just being silly." Prompt. A friendly scene in Miss Sprinkles' office. Inspector Gumdrop smiles kindly at Miss Sprinkles, who looks less worried. Barnaby and Penelope nod in agreement. The recipe scroll is now unrolled on a candy table between them. From that day on, Inspector Gumdrop and Miss Sprinkles became friends. They even shared their candy-making secrets and made the bounciest, sparkliest gummies the candy world had ever seen. Sharing ideas helped them both become better candy detectives and treat makers. Prompt. A wide shot of Inspector Gumdrop, Miss Sprinkles, Barnaby, and Penelope standing together outside the candy factory, smiling and waving. They are surrounded by giant, colorful gummy bears and sparkling candies. The sun shines brightly.
Please subscribe. Thank you.